I told you from a previous episode that I came from a sexless marriage. So I've got tons of these. And no, I'm not ashamed to say them. Hi, stranger. Welcome back. My name is Lee, and these are Decapitated Thoughts. So, what are we decapitating today? Well, let's explore sexual fantasies. Are they okay? Is it fine? When do we cross the line? And just like, I think that was episode 3, right? Just like episode 3, when we talk about how important sex is in a relationship, let's reverse this a little bit. And I'll start with how people would react when they find out that I have sexual fantasies. Well, for girls, okay, I only have a few girlfriends who would be super shocked, like, oh, you have sexual fantasies, why? Most of the friends, I'm blessed with having friends who are just okay with it. Like, they accept that it is a normal thing that you go through. It's a fantasy. It equates to a daydream. It's just that this time it's hot and steamy as opposed to cute and cuddly. But when guys would find out, that's where it gets a little bit tricky because they either take it with malice or they take it cleanly and with curiosity. Now, boys, stranger, if you're a boy, listen to this. There are two different sides of the story. And yes, you can accept these facts. We can talk about these things without putting malice. Of course, somewhere along the line, for sure, your curiosity would lead to something else. It would probably lead you to lusting over me or lusting over the person that the girl that you're talking to. And it doesn't only happen to guys, it can also happen to girls. It's just that I think girls are better in trying to contain our urges. Although I know a lot of girls who are really out there when it comes to their boyfriends or when it comes to the guy that they like. But I think girls, because that's how society built us, we're better at keeping our urges to ourselves. And I think no matter how liberal, if that's even the right word, no matter how open-minded the girl is, sexual fantasy is something that I don't think we want to share with anyone who would want to put malice on it. Yeah? What do you guys think? What do you think, stranger? Okay, so I'll tell you now, it's normal to have sexual fantasies. Fine. And guys have a lot of them growing up. And I guess that's why we say boys will be boys. That's because society, culturally, and it doesn't matter which culture you're from, said that it's okay. It's okay for guys to have that. But not so much for girls, because if you have that as a girl, people would look less at you. But I don't think it should be the case. I mean, everyone has curiosity, and according to studies, women has the same level of urges than men. It's just that men are more outspoken, and I guess men have more malice. But okay, hear me. It doesn't mean that you're a woman. Does it mean that there would be no malice in the way that you look at certain things? Of course there will be. You just can't admit it. We just don't admit it. There would be. In most of the cases, we are just really good at controlling at what we want to ask. Mainly because we don't want to be misconstrued. We don't want to give out the wrong expectations or the wrong message to the person that we're talking to. So we are very much cautious because we don't want to give out any reason for the guy to take advantages on us. Does that make sense? Honestly, I think it's okay to experiment, particularly if you're experimenting with your partner. It helps you to grow or to get closer, rather, to get closer, to bond better, to know which you enjoy. You get to know the other person on a deeper level. Experimenting is fine, but pushing what you want to your partner is another story. So, and this is real. So, when the marriage was a little bit, no, when the marriage was already rocky, I actually did suggest certain experiments to the ex-husband. But instead of instead of accepting it with an open mind, or just even try to see the value in it, I was met with a frown, and I was met with disgust. And I don't even, at that moment, honestly, at that moment, I didn't really want to experiment, but I thought that it could at least save the marriage. I was met with, do you think that that's all to save it? No, I don't think it's all to save it, but I think it would help. Yeah? I honestly think it would help. But he did look at me like, you're disgusting, you're slutty, and to me that wasn't a really good feeling. But I have to respect, so I did not bring that up anymore. I had an experience lately where I was really comfortable with the other person, and I felt really safe to open up and tell him my sexual fantasies. See, girls, when they feel really safe, and it's not really asking too much from guys, really. And I think this is also true for guys. When you feel really safe, it's okay to talk about these kinds of things. Why? Because you know that this person would still respect you. This person would not look less of you. This person would still see you as a person and not some object that he can play with. This person still knows your worth and your value more than the sexual conversations that you may be having. And he likes you more than that, for sure. And this particular part is just a tool to get to be closer and to know each other better, rather than a tool to just plain pleasure and play around with the feelings, But the key thing there is the other person, whether that's a guy or girl, has to be comfortable, has to feel safe with you. And I don't think I've felt that safe for a very long time. So I was so happy that a person like that is still existing, where I can openly say what I want to say about these kinds of things. I don't really know why we don't really have these conversations in real life. Well, sometimes I do with some girlfriends, but I just don't understand why it can't be more casual. It's just like talking about how you want to spend time with a person. I mean, we could discuss it, and then you can give me tips, and I can give you tips based off from your experience, because for sure I won't be able to experiment or experience a lot of things. And it's the same with you, so you can tell me what are the things that worked for you, and I can tell you which ones worked for me. Particularly between a girl and a guy, these are really sensitive topics because there is a thin line between harassment, abuse, and just really being open about it. I will tell you what made me felt safe with that person. That person asked questions out of curiosity. And if along the way he feels a little different, he would be so honest to tell me, and we can stop. And if we stop, he doesn't push it. So I know that he respects me. And that's a really good thing. You know, actions, they speak louder than words. You know, and if you think that the littlest thing that you have done is not affecting the other person, it does. And I it's one of the many reasons that I would be forever thankful that that person came into my life and that I met a person like him. And now I understand and I know that we can talk about it without putting so much malice into it. It's a different feeling when your partner is listing you. I mean, especially for people who easily gets jealous, it's always a compromise anyway in a relationship. But maybe these are the things that I wouldn't say control or keep them. It's more of making them more interested in you. You know, we have to understand that women's brain are wired differently from men. And of course, there's a lot of things that would go into play into your relationship, like how much you communicate and how open you are with each other. But these kinds of things, they can really help you to be more open. I've never been more open in my life than with that person, you know? And I felt like I can openly say anything that I want without being judged. And it felt so great and it felt so liberating to know that there are people like that where I can be safe, where I can give them or tell them something and I would be safe. You know, whenever I look at the chubbier girls wearing like sexier clothes, I have always envied the way that they carry themselves. I know that sexy is a mentality. It's not the shape of your body. And I'm all for anti body shaming. Growing up, I never really thought that having a plumper chest is a good thing. All because even if I cover up everything, since you know it will be screaming out and people would be looking at you, and when you look at them it's filled with malice, it's disgusting. And I feel like it's my fault. Growing up, I really felt like it's my fault for having like plumper chests. That's why people would look at me like that. And I really hate it when the first point of interest would be that. I mean, I'm more than that. You know, I'm more than that. Go talk to me. You would like me in so many different ways. And I'm not the only woman or girl who had experienced the same thing. Honestly, it's true. This is quite a sensitive topic, and I'm not really gonna go deep into that. But if you don't look at girls with malice, it will be fine. If you appreciate her body, you know, like really appreciate her body for the beauty of it, that's fine. Not because you want to do nasty things to the girl. that's a different story altogether. And the way you dress has nothing to do with how guys would look at you. And I've experienced that. I wouldn't say I was a victim. I never felt like I was a victim. But I know that I had been very cautious of what I say and what I wear. I'll tell you a secret. I've never worn a bikini in my life, all because I don't want that part exposed, or any part of the body exposed, so I don't really swim. If I'm out swimming, or if I'm out with friends on a place with a swimming pool, I just be by the poolside. I don't really blame them, honestly, because their actions are not my responsibility. If they look at girls with malice, it's not my thing, it's their thing. They're gonna suffer in one of these days they're gonna suffer for it. Again, it's not my responsibility. I would call them out for sure, but I wouldn't really take time to just think about it. I have come up with a solution for that. So when I know that guys are like lusting over these kinds of things, I found a comfortable place. I'm not saying that I'm safe, I'm okay with it, but I just found a comfortable place. Because I can just block them nowadays, I can just block them and not talk to them anymore. But I have found a comfortable place in that. I have accepted that that's probably how I look. It's not something that I can physically change. I've done everything to cover myself, so I'm just gonna accept it. Maybe I'm oozing with sexuality, so be it. At times I really just take it as a compliment that there are these skinny girls who are who have better shape than me, but there are these guys who are drooling and telling you all the nice things because they want you in their beds. Yeah, it's not like they're gonna have me in their bed, but I guess I just learned to find a comfortable place with that. And I'm not saying that I'm okay with that. I'm still not okay with it. I just found a way not to stress about it so much. And I guess many girls would benefit from a talk like this in real life, because we would, like as a group, we would understand how different their brains are from our brain, how different their pattern of thinking is from the way that we think. Yeah. And there is really just a thin line between harassment and curiosity. There's a thin line being enjoyment and abuse in these kinds of topics. I know this topic should be sexy, but we also have to think about the other parts of this particular topic. Having sexual fantasies is okay, but acting on these fantasies without consent is not okay. Always remember, when you are dealing with these kinds of things, whether that's your girlfriend or your boyfriend, husband or wife, consent still is a very big thing. If both of you are okay with it, and if both of you feel respected while still talking about it, that is totally fine. You have to find the sweet spot for it. Yeah? Okay, so you actually thought I'm gonna I'm gonna tell you about the sexual fantasies that I have. No, I won't. I guess that's for the guy that I like to find out. Not today. Not today. Maybe on a future topic we can really go around and talk about it. But I'll leave you with this. There really is a thin line between being okay with sexual fantasies. If you have them, if you think about them, you're just doing fine, you're normal, you're not weird. But when you start acting on them without the other person's consent, That's not cool. That's not good. Okay? Oh, yeah, and having sexual fantasies about your partner, you know what? Talk to them. Tell them because it would make your partner feel good that he or she is wanted, that you are still interested with them in a lot of different ways. It doesn't hurt and it wouldn't kill you. It would even make your relationship stronger. Thank you for spending your time with me, stranger. I know it sounded like a clickbait, but thank you so much. So on the next episode, you might want to bring your friend, stranger, because we're going to talk about it isn't about me all the time. Breakups, they suddenly lose interest. It's not always about you. You're not the center of your relationship. So let's talk about that on the next episode. For now, please stay safe and I'll see you. Bye.